3 months later, why don't you talk to him? Hoseok suggests as he is at his teacup. Wow, this is so delicious. They both he started at his best friend and Jang his drink while he lost his appetite from overthinking. He always tell me that there is no contract, but I signed it. The lawyer met with me 2 days ago and I signed a divorce paper. I'm actually wondering why when I am not at married. Hoseok abromed at the center, his face confused. Wait, did you ask Mr. Handsome about it? They shook his hand, looking sad as ever while rubbing his hand on his growing tummy. Why would I ask him? The lawyer will not go there if Cuckoo did not tell him to meet me. Hoseok crossed his arms and rested his back on the couch. His eyebrows were still not straight back. I don't like that liar. There's something fishy about him. I know. Fishes very well. We were from an Iceland. If we will tell Namjoon, I know he can help you. No. Namjoon is already mad at Cuckoo. I don't want them to fight. Besides, it's my decision to enter the contract. Hobi, why did you enter the contract in the first place? I will not buy it if you tell me about that you fall in love with him right away. Hoseok won Tae with a glare and Tae know that Hoseok know when he is lying. Tae regretted his thought. His heart was in pain the past few months. Even since he got pregnant, he became more anxious and sad. He thought that being pregnant means the end is getting near, and he could imagine leaving Jungkook. He promised me he will look for my parents. Hoseok said, poured some of the tea, grabbed a napkin and patted his mouth. Really? He will do that? They nodded. I found him very handsome the first time I saw him, but he was mean to me. He threw me out of his house several times, but that was weird about that. He would look for me and would bring me back home. I like him. I really like him. Then I think I already love him as I got to know him. That even without a contract, I will still love him and cook for him and take care of him. I am happy whenever I am with him. That's why I am kind of sad when I learned that I am pregnant, because after I gave birth, the contract said I should have leave and never came back. I'm happy when he said there is no contract, because it gave me hope that he loved me for real. But also, the contract said it should not believe when Cuckoo said things pretending to love. And thinking about it, there's no contract. It also means he will not look for my parents. Hoseok was dumbfounded to hear the explanation, but admiring his best friend at the same time as they really felt the feeling of falling in love. Hobi, look, I'm happy because I can feel that you really love him. Namjoon can be narrow-minded and would always judge you that you don't understand. I want to slap him in the head of treating her like a child, but on the second thought, what's making you stay? Is it really him or his promise to find your parents? That's the heart pounded under his chest. He had wrapped his arms around his stomach, scared that his baby could feel the throbbing. Of course, it would be nice if we love each other. I want to stay with him because I love him. But since it's only one side and he will drop me after the contract, I am just holding on to his promise. At least I want to. They went quiet after hearing the question. He doesn't know how it to feel if in case it's happened. He stared at Hoseok as if he could find the answer in Hoseok's eyes. He didn't realize that a tear escaped his eyes. Love is forgiving, right? Hoseok could not help but to hug his best friend, who started to cry. He was keeping all his emotion for too long. One thing he did not realize until recently, that love hurt even if it can make you happy. Hobi, cry is not good for your baby. You should not. You should talk to Jungkook and tell him your feeling. You should tell him what's bothering you. You should, because you are doing that not for yourself alone but for your baby. Them escape. They was welcomed by a small Jungkook. They smiled immediately after seeing Jungkook standing on the couch. On the porch and seemed to be watching for his arrival. Jackie, how are you? Did you enjoy the day? Jungkook wrapped his arms around Tae and gave Tae a kiss. Tae kissed and hugged Jungkook back. Tae, I did. It was fun. Thank you for allowing me to go with Hoseok. I drove him home. Jungkook was happy that he can not driving a car. He remembered how he was when he first drove on his own. JK, but be careful driving, okay? I honestly don't like you driving much while pregnant, and you can go out with your friend if you want to, but for now, you need to explain to me, why did you cry? Tae stood up and wondering how Jungkook know that he cried. JK, your eyes are sad. You cannot hide it from me. Why did you cry and who made you cry? Jungkook's tone was enough for Tae to know that he need to say something. At the same time, he found Jungkook's eyes and arms comforting that it gained him to confidence to speak up. Cuckoo? Tae sudden worrying Jungkook more. JK, what's that? Tell me. Tae, what if I don't have a frisbee? Jungkook breathed his check hearing Tae words. JK, what if I'm a monster? JK, Tae, please stop. Tae, would you love me for real? Tae and Jungkook felt his tear to bring him to closing his eyes to gather himself. He pulled Tae. He sat down on a couch and let Tae sit on his lap. Holding Tae's hand in his, he stared at Tae's eyes, hoping he could convey what's inside his heart. JK, I'm sorry for saying all that before. I was so illogic. I could not accept that I would got so attracted to someone like you. Please don't take it wrongly. The men around me were the same, adventure and happy-go-lucky while you came into my life. Unexpectedly, you are innocent, pure, loving, and so kind-hearted. Everything I am not, and the man I had been with. You are my smart. You are. I used to call you name in the hope of driving you away and to prove to myself that I don't like you. JK, but I cannot avoid that feeling because it's real. I really feel for you. I'm sorry for hurting your feeling and for letting to dawn of those hurtful words. I am genuinely sorry. I love you for you, who you are, and I don't want you to change because that's how I fall in love with you. You are so funny even without trying, and your innocence to same things is truly adorable. I've told you so many times, but you refuse to listen, and believe me, that's no contract. I did not sign it. My thoughts before were to make you believe there is you signed something, but I did not sign it. JK, I don't know the reason why I did not sign it because I am considering falling in love with you for real, and I am right falling in love with you. I'm sorry, Thay. I want you to know that you deserve more, and you are way more. That's the contract, and I promise you in the best way I can. I will prove you that I am real. I'm sorry for hurting and wondering you. I'm sorry. Time escape. Baby, please don't prepare dinner for me. I will be late tonight. Jungkook stood in front of the glass wall looking at the building below his tower. His phone pressed against his ear his leave. Even since they got pregnant, he always at home earlier than usual. I have an emergency meeting in Busan and this is very important. I will fly back tonight, but please sleep early and don't wait for me. If you want, I can send Jimin to stay with you until I arrive. I'm okay. I am sleepy early. I will also cook something and will put in the fridge just in case. Don't disturb me, Jimmy. I am fine. I will. Hey. They still has not changed a bit. They always find happiness in small things that make Jungkook admire Tae more. He loves it whenever they mention the plants, but the time they arrive at his home, they love the flower. They also got his mom love by giving her flowers, and they also gave Mrs. Min flower because I found Mrs. Min very nice. And Jungkook found it truly admirable. Okay, but I will call you from time to time. I promise to be home tonight. I love you, Tae. Jungkook waited for Tae to answer. He smiled as he could hear Tae on the other line. After hearing the Tae clear his threat, Tae spoke again. I love you, Taekook. See you later and take care. Jungkook went back to his desk, still looking at his phone. Wow, Papa, somehow this cute picture rolled his stress, especially now that he would be meeting the boss of the other man. Looking at the same building, he asked his man to in Youngie boss, your flight is at 1 p.m. and your meeting will be by 3 p.m. Your flight back is at 8 p.m. Our sites said, and other group boss will arrive this today and also by plan. But I have more important thing to say. Youngie, the paper is in hand after reading Jungkook's schedules. Jungkook stared at his anxious assistant, waiting for the important things he has to say. But there's no need for Yoongi to, as his father entered his office, to impolitely of you not to involving visit me in my office when you know that I have been waiting for your presence. Jungkook's father sat on the couch in the revolving area, and Jungkook settled on the same across his father. JK, I'm sorry, Dad. I don't mean to be rude, but I know you will ask me about the wedding, and I'm not at ready to discuss it with you. Jungkook was his father. They placed some document on the center table, opening for Jungkook to pick it up and read. Mr. Jeon, your cousin sent me those. He actually told me to hide the identity of the one who sent it, but I am transparent about everything. This is about the company, and I don't like any suspicious activities just to get the company from me. Now explain those to me. I will listen. Reading them made me extremely angry, and I just realized how greedy you are after I discovered that. Jungkook was widened after seeing the document his father was referring to. It was the contract that she had signed, but that shocked him was his signature being there. This is self-fired, Mr. Jian eyebrow raising, his son pancaked. Flash, those documents were from your lawyer. Correct me if I'm wrong. Jungkook dropped the document on the table, closing his eyes, tried to figure out how to explain it to his father. He is angry and feeling betrayed that his lawyer probably sold him to his cousin. JK, I admit I asked my lawyer to make that. I was pressured by you, especially mom, to marry. And mom was overreacting over Jay renting the company for him. Honestly, until now, I still don't understand why I need to be married and have a child just to earn chairmanship. I met him unexpectedly. He came from an Iceland, was very naive, and most important, he was clueless about who I am. I was sure he would do anything to harm me, our family, or the company, and he wouldn't go after my wealth. It gave me an idea to use him so I can get the company. I know that was selfish and insensitive. JK, that picture that culture in social media was that day I met him. I threw him out of my home, but I felt guilty, so I followed him and brought him with me. I am an freak, but I have some conscience too. Perhaps that's also the reason why I did not sign that contract. I made him believe that there was a contract. He was compelled to follow something I know he do not want. That pains me more. Where those times he will admit how much he loved me even without that paper. JK, I swear that I did not sign it. My signature was fraud. I'm not sure why they need to fresh my signature when they could just release that contract to you. It's enough to put me down and for you to lose your trust. I'm sure they have an ill motive, but I will not straight it out as I know I have my fault too. That contract is Kathe. Damaged him emotionally and mentally. I know because he thinks until now that everything is about that paper. He is too difficult to convince, and it's not surprised that he has trust issues. JK, I internally made him pregnant and would want to marry him, so I would dispose him immediately after I got the company. I planned it, but spending time with him, seeing the beauty of the innocence, how he's seen the world, and how happy he gets because of small things made me realize that he is more than a contract. He deserves to be loved, and I mean it. That's the reason why I don't want to meet with you. I have no plan of marrying him soon. I don't want him to think that I will only marry him because I am obligated to do that just because I got him pregnant. JK, I want him to trust me and do him to believe me that I will marry him because of love. I did have an intention to make him my instant groom, but now I want him to be my real groom. Jungkook's father's eyes were narrow while listening to his son. He was disappointed with how Jungkook faced his challenges, but thinking about it as a father, he knew he failed. He dropped another document and Jungkook read it. Jungkook had reached that was writing on the document agree him. What the heck did they have this sign a divorce paper? Jungkook was raised as he the paper. You sign or did not sign the contract doesn't matter to me. Your intention matter more. You had thought of getting the company by doing something dirty, and that alone told something more. I may be a father, but all I want is the good of the company my father built. I ask your lad to meet with Tae and have him sign that because I don't want him to be part of this family because you only force him. I don't want any stranger lifting my clan. So before you stop, Jungkook slammed his hand on the table, stating his father, listen, he isn't what you think he is. I don't freaking care if you give your company to Ken. Give it to him as you please. I don't freaking care. Getting married and having a child doesn't contract with being a responsible chairman. You can be a great businessman, but a worst husband and father. And why was I don't get your logic, and I don't have plan to get it. I will not dispose Tae. I will not give him up. I will submit my resignation letter tomorrow. I have more important things to do than to prove myself to you. Jungkook grabbed his bag and his coat and rushed outside the office. What had been arranged him more than worried him. Truly, they changed his belief. Oh, what love changed him. Going to Busan somehow his anger, but it made him worry. He was so eager to know the other group who had the same interest as him, meeting them, that there was something he was looking forward. He was hoping for some positive outcome as he and his team were working for it for quite more time now. After an hour of travel, he was now settled in a hotel cafeteria. Beside him was Yoongi, who was on the phone talking to the other group that they would be meeting. Boss, they are here, Yoongi whispered, and the person he was about to meet hated as they meet as you. Jungkook uttered in a surprise.